I think it's exactly what Justin really just referred to, which was having things kind of go very smoothly. And I think that's something that, look, the Jets were very cognizant of. And
Everything has to stop and start with the run game. They got to be physical at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to allow, I think, Justin Fields to do what he does best.
In the run game and move to the play action game, which we saw taking deep shots early last year from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They got to own the line of scrimmage, Dan. I mean, that's what this offense has got to be. Look, especially when you got Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and now you've got Justin Fields. That has got to be their identity.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the New York Jets in today's video. I just kind of want to riff off the dome about this team because I preface this with most Jets videos. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, but I was born and raised in the Chicagoland area. So when I was in college, especially, Justin Fields was starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. I went to plenty of Bears games. I watched, pretty much every Bears game in Justin Fields' career. And he gets shipped off a year ago to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I started to buy in, like, oh, hold on. This could be the long-term move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Justin goes 4-2 in 6 games. And then Russell Wilson comes back healthy, and he gets benched. And it's like, okay, Steelers didn't want to do that, so the New York Jets do. Well, okay, that's pretty interesting to me because, to be honest with you, Justin Fields has a whole lot of talent, and I'm excited specifically about his fit with the New York Jets. And, big reason is Aaron Glenn, the Lions defensive coordinator, wants to be the New York Jets head coach. He wants Justin Fields, so they end up getting Justin Fields, but he comes over, used to be a Jet, and the defensive philosophy changes like that in a moment's notice. And he brings Tanner Engstrand in to be the offensive coordinator, and he was also formerly with the Detroit Lions. So I want to talk a little bit more about it. We've talked a lot of Justin with the Jets on this channel all off season, but I wanted to do it once again because it's July and we haven't done it in a while. So hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys haven't already. I was reading a PFF article, and they had, we've been doing this for a lot of the teams in the NFL. They did like a roster ranking projection just based on your roster, like rank all 32 teams based on their projected 2025 roster. Then the New York Jets clocking in at 28. I understand somebody wanting to have the Jets and that number start with a 2, like, all right, the Jets are the, 21st best team, the best roster in the NFL. 22 maybe. 28 to me is a little ridiculous. I think a lot of people don't understand this offensive line and even the offense in general. I think the Aaron Rodgers cloud, and once again, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, so yeah, I love Aaron Rodgers. I've got an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey right behind me, but here's the thing. No more Rodgers. Justin Fields on a 2-year, $40 million contract. It's a very good contract. The nitpick here is especially with PFF, he's yet to crack the top 20 in PFF overall grade, quarterback grades through his first 4 seasons. But he's still only 26 years old, and he reunites with Garrett Wilson. He also reunites with Josh Myers, who apparently we've got a center battle coming into training camp here soon. I was possibly concerned with the wide receiver room, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, there's a lot of guys like Josh Reynolds and Allen Lazard, once again, former Packer, and then, Josh Reynolds is a former Lion. These are 2 guys where if you're watching these 2 football teams, if you're a fan of the Lions, you're a fan of the Packers, or, in Allen Lazard's case, even the Jets the last few years, these guys have impacts, all right? But hopefully the Jets really lean into his running game and the running game in general next season because, I always say this on my Jets videos, like, I think Breece Hall with the number 1 or number 2 overall draft pick in fantasy football, so especially early on in the season, the Jets were always a primetime football game, right? Always on Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night, whatever it is. And, Breece Hall is my starting running back, and I would watch a lot of these Jets games. And specifically, when Saleh got fired, it was weird and odd how little they ran the football. And if they did run the football, it was with Braylon Allen. And so I'm hoping Tanner Engstrand and, Aaron Glenn and this Jets coaching staff this upcoming season can orchestrate, some type of 3-headed monster with Justin, Breece, and Braylon. Because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, this might be a little too niche. the Jets situation reminds me a lot of the Carolina Panthers, where it's like people think these organizations are like completely done. Like the Jets have a horrible roster, the Panthers have a horrible roster, and no matter who the quarterback is, they're going to fail because the offensive line sucks. That's like the lazy ESPN take is, well, can they figure out the offensive line? Well, the Jets last season had the 8th highest graded offensive line last year. So 4 of the 5 starters are returning. Obviously, Morgan Moses isn't returning at right tackle, but that was figured out with the 7th overall pick taking Membaugh out of Missouri. And it's like all 5 of their projected offensive linemen, not including Josh Myers, because I just saw that there's a actual center battle, or it at least could be taken from Joe Tippmann. My point is, all 5 projected starters on the New York Jets offensive line next season will be 28 years or younger. So what they did in the draft, free agency, et cetera, they went young, right? Either guys on 2-year or off their rookie contracts, kind of like Justin Fields or Andre Sisco, for example, or they go out there and they draft young. And, Mason Taylor, like the tight end room has me pretty excited, because I really think in some type of way, Mason Taylor reminds me of Cole Kmet. Like, I went to high school with Cole Kmet. He sat right next to me in high school in like senior year of math. He went to the University of Notre Dame. He was drafted, I believe, in the 2nd round of the draft. But the thought process wasn't that he was going to be like this 1,000-yard guy. But if you're a Bears fan, or if you've watched Justin Fields and Cole Kmet the last few seasons, he's an above-average tight end, right? I know they're kind of moving him out with Colston Loveland now. But Mason Taylor, the rookie out of LSU, the genetics, people don't understand. Genetics, it always comes back to genes, and he's the son of former Hall of Famer Jason Taylor. He's got great athleticism, very dependable in the hands. He dropped just 1.7% of catchable balls last year, and I don't know. I feel like Justin has some consistency with the New York Jets that he didn't really have at any point in his Bears tenure. Like, you could even go back to his rookie season. Justin Fields, I remember, because I went to these games in Chicago going to school at Loyola. I remember going to a game and Andy Dalton's the starter in Justin Fields' rookie season, a 1st-round draft pick, right? 2022, the Bears fire their coach. They go out there, they pick up Matt Eberflus, a defensive guy from Indy, to be their head coach. Never really understood that. They go out there, they get Luke Getsy, formerly with the Green Bay Packers, to be their offensive coordinator, and they pretty much wanted Justin Fields to play like Aaron Rodgers, and it didn't work. In their first season with Matt Eberflus, they go 3-14, but we saw some flashes, we saw some glimpses. Then Justin and the Bears start 0-4 in 2023. He gets injured in week 5, missed a majority of those chunks. Weeks 5 to 11 he missed, to be specific. Comes back, they win 4 of their last 7 games. The hype is there again, and they trade him away to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And like I said at the beginning of the video, he leads Pittsburgh to 4-2. They decide to turn it over to Russell Wilson, and we never saw him. He was on the bench the rest of the year. So whether it works or not, the Jets are going to be fine, and especially if it works, it just has me very excited. All right, I'm a Justin Fields enthusiast, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Give me a loose win-loss projection for the Jets down below, and we'll see you soon. Peace.